Nicolas Maduro, Venezuelan president, has called for dialogue and warned against regime change plans. Most Venezuelans remain focused on daily struggles like food, work and survival. So far, rising U.S. military presence and political rhetoric have not disrupted life on the ground, but uncertainty lingers as both sides harden their position. With us on the broadcast is Keith Vaz. He's a former Minister of the United Kingdom, joining us live from London. Thank you for taking our time speaking to us on NewsX World. Crucial developments coming in from Venezuela, even as geopolitically the situation remains tense. The people on the ground are not quite phased. What do you expect is likely to take place next? We do know now that the Trump administration or the United States is bolstering its military presence as well.
Yes, good morning. This is a very worrying development where you have, in effect, direct action being taken by the United States against another country. Admittedly, this is not the Venezuelan forces, what President Trump and the American administration, and this is seen to be led very much by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who's got an interest in South American affairs. What they say is that these particular cartels that operate in South America, in particular in Venezuela, are a threat to the security of the United States because these boats are carrying drugs. Now, as you've said in your broadcast, this is allegedly what's going on. We don't know for certain what is happening, but it is a very worrying escalation. The last thing Venezuelans want, and other countries associated with Venezuela and near Venezuela in South America, are these airstrikes being operated against what is a sovereign nation. So I think that the president of Venezuela is right to call for a dialogue. What we need to see is the OAS, the Organization of American States, or more significantly, the UN, trying to intervene. The problem is neither of these organizations are listened to by the current American administration, and therefore you probably need a third party to intervene and to try and ensure that there is some kind of collective dialogue. I'm not sure which country that would be, because all of them would feel under threat as a result of what the Americans are doing. So we should be very worried about it. I know you mentioned the fact that people are splashing on beaches and fishing as if nothing was happening. I think there is a real concern in Venezuela that this is going to escalate.
Indeed, I wanted to add a quick point to what you've stated. We've recently seen Donald Trump change the names. He signed an executive order to that effect, at least, change the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War, even though it does require congressional approval. What does this particular move signal to you? In your assessment, what does this change in nomenclature mean?
It's a very important point that you make. You're right, the name of the department has changed. I'm not sure why, because I thought that President Trump was interested in the Nobel Prize for Peace. So actually, he should have changed it to the Department of Peace, not the Department of War, because that seems to be his main objective. And you're not going to get the Nobel Prize for Peace if you change your Defense Department into the Department of War. Someone probably woke up this morning and decided that this was a good idea. But as with most of the stuff that we get from the White House these days, it is about leading the news cycle. So it's a good story. Congress, of course, won't say anything because it is under the control of the Republicans. And this will continue until November next year when you have congressional elections. But until then, you're not going to have much change out of Congress. Congress is really not going to do very much until something even more dramatic happens. You find with legislatures that when they think their seats are under threat, they then start to behave in a completely different way.
Indeed, sir, I request you to stay on with us. We're now tracking some key developments from